Could you tell us a little bit about your role and how your career has evolved so far?
My journey started in traditional accounting roles where the focus was mainly on getting the numbers right. Then I realized that my interest wasn't just in reporting numbers, it was in understanding what those numbers actually mean for the business.
Welcome. Today I am joined by Amin Al-Safi Abubakar, the financial controller at Tech Dynamics, who has successfully passed both parts of the CMA exam in his very first attempt right here at PwC Academy. Amin, welcome. How are you doing today?
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to share this experience with you. I'm doing well, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Let's start with your career. Would you tell me how you started off on your professional journey and how your role has evolved so far?
I started my career in traditional accounting roles where the focus was mainly on getting the numbers right. Then I realized that my interest wasn't just in reporting numbers, it was in understanding what those numbers actually mean for the business. And this motivated me to go deeper, to understand the operations and how financial information can support decision making. And from there, I started focusing more on areas like financial planning, cost management, and performance analysis. And today, as a financial controller, my role is more focused on converting the financial data into insights that support decision making and ensuring an understanding of the financial impact behind every move we take. So, if I look back, my mindset shifted from reporting what happened to becoming part of shaping what happens next.
That's an interesting journey because many candidates start off in traditional accounting and then they branch out into a specialization. And in this particular case, it's financial planning and analysis. I mean, out of the many qualifications out there, what motivated you to specifically choose the CMA qualification?
Honestly, it was a very intentional decision. After I completed my master's in accounting last year, I felt there was a gap between academic knowledge and what actually happens in the business. So I started looking for something beyond theory, something helps me to translate the knowledge into action. And that's where the CMA stood out to me because it gives you a structured way to analyzing situations and making decisions with confidence. So choosing the CMA was more than just adding another qualification for me. It was about becoming more impactful in my role.
That's very impressive. Similar to there being many qualifications like the CMA qualification, there are many training providers. What motivated your decision to specifically pick PwC Academy for your upskilling journey?
It is PwC. Yeah, you don't get any better. The credibility that the name carries and the quality of the trainers gave me confidence since day one. And also the flexibility of having both offline and online options was very important for me, especially in my case, as I live in Dubai and I work in Ras Al Khaimah. So it was important for me because there are some days that I can't make it physically, but still I have the option of attending the classes online, or even if I miss it online, I still have the chance to attend or watch the session recorded. So another important factor was the network. Being part of PwC Academy connects you with professionals who are on a similar journey, which add extra value to the learning experience itself. So it was more than just preparing for an exam. It was a complete learning experience.
That's very interesting, I mean. You work as a financial controller and your specialization is financial planning and analysis. And I'm sure that you are exposed to many deadlines and a lot of demands on your time and energy. How do you manage your time and your energy and your schedule when studying for the CMA exam?
What made it manageable for me was staying close to the process. attending the classes constantly, as well as applying the concepts in my daily work, made it much easier for me because it didn't feel like separate efforts. It was all connected. Also, when I got closer to the exam, my focus shifted to practicing more to be ready for the format or the style of the exam itself, just to be ready and to know what to expect and how I can manage my time effectively. So it was a mix of consistency throughout the journey and also applying or practicing the exam itself.
I'm sure that your experience is going to really help the candidates who are thinking, can I actually manage this qualification with my professional work as well? And my next question to you is, you have now come to the end of your journey with CMA. Since completing your qualification, how has this helped your career so far?
For me, CMA was a turning point in how I look at finance. It taught me how to manage businesses through its financials because it gave me the know-how to connect the numbers to the operations and the decisions. At the same time, it made me think about the bigger picture. That's why now I'm pursuing the CFA to complement that internal view with an external perspective of managing the money or the capital or investments. So the for me the goal now is to bring both sides together to understand the how the value is created from the inside and also how it is managed and invested from the outside.
Precisely. That seems like a very exciting journey ahead of you, and I wish you all the best as well. I mean, it's impressive that Tech Dynamics has sponsored you for the CMA program and that they've further continued to sponsor you now for the CFA program as well. That speaks to the practical value that you have brought to the organization. Would you speak about how you were able to practically apply the CMA learnings in your work life?
First of all, I would like to thank Tag Dynamics for the support that I have. In terms of applying the CMA, the impact was very practical. One of the practical applications was introducing the activity-based costing in our production process. Before that, we were using a company-wide approach to allocate the overheads. It gave a general view, but it's not always accurate. But when we shifted to activity-based costing, we started linking the costs to the activities that drive them. So this shift gave us a better visibility into where the costs are coming from, which helped us support pricing decisions and understand profitability across all the products that we produce. But beyond the technical side, I would say that the bigger impact was in how finance is positioned internally, from a reporting function to a business partner that contributes to decision making.
That's very interesting to hear. My next question to you is, the CMA exam is a two-part exam. Part 1 speaks about the internal management of a business, and part 2 speaks about your interaction with the external forces in the business. How was your personal experience with part 1 and with part 2 of the CMA exam?
When I started my CMA journey, I started with part one, which I personally liked more because it is more aligned with what I do in my daily job. Because I like the structure itself, because it starts with the costing and building budgets based on your standard costing, and then throughout the year you can do the variance analysis to do the performance or to assess the performance itself of the departments and knowing what are the areas that needs to be improved. So it was interesting for me that that part, and also the second part is also important because It speaks more about the financial analysis and to analyze the financial statements, and also the some of the concepts were related to the valuations of the assets, short-term assets and long-term assets. So it is interesting as well. So both parts are important. I was interested, and I really I enjoyed the both parts.
That's really great to hear. Having fun and enjoying the process is really, really important. As we come to the end of this podcast, my final question to you is, as a successful CMA qualified candidate, what advice would you give to another professional who is looking to take the CMA exams?
My advice is very simple. Don't pursue the CMA just for the title. Do it for the transformation itself, because at the end of the day, it teaches you how to think, and also how to take decisions based on numbers, which is the most important thing as a strategic role in finance. It is all about the value that you bring to the company itself, because I believe that the any company is a commercial entity where any transaction is reflected into numbers. So if you are the one who reads the numbers, it means that you can use those financial information to take better decisions. So do the CMA for the transformation. Also, my second advice is to be consistent, and go for it with understanding rather than memorizing the concepts. And my final advice is to, while you are doing the CMA, try to apply the concepts in your daily work. This will make the journey even easier and also more valuable.
I mean, it's been an enjoyable and educational experience speaking with you. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us. It's amazing to see how far a candidate can go with the right amount of dedication and the right amount of support. I'm sure that your journey has inspired someone out there to go ahead and take that first step to take the CMA qualification and call themselves a CMA. I mean, thank you, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.